Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Foley, your Triple Diamond Upline, and I just want to welcome you to the products video. I'm just going to briefly go over the products because that's one of the biggest questions that people have when they start their business is they want to know what products we have and what those products do. So we'll start out with the Ultimate Body Applicator. The Ultimate Body Applicator is actually a woven cloth and it's infused with plant-based botanicals. Now, I actually like to, when I'm going into salon, especially salons, when people hear the word body wrap, they automatically think of this full wrap that you have to wrap your whole body in and jump up and down on a trampoline and sweat and those type of things. And for salons, they automatically think that they need a special room for this. So when I walk in and talk about it, I always say use the words Ultimate Body Applicator because it intrigues them and they're not sure what that is. And that's when I pull it out and show people you can place it here, here, here. Now remember, with the Ultimate Body Applicator, you can actually place it anywhere from the neck down. You can cut it as many ways as you want. There's pretty much no right or wrong way to do it. And it's going to tighten, tone, and firm the skin. It's going to help the appearance of stretch marks and cellulite. And obviously one of the biggest side effects for the majority of people that try the wrap is inch loss. Now, everything infused in the wrap, all those plant-based botanicals, they're also anti-inflammatories. That's why we have a lot of people that use them for pain, for scarring, and back and neck pain. I've heard people use it for so many different things that it's helped them with. So remember that it's definitely pain. Now, this applicator works for 72 hours. When you put it on for the first 45 minutes, basically what's happening is it is sinking through your first couple layers of skin, your epidermis, your dermis, and then it gets to the fat cell. Fat cells are right below the first two layers of your skin. And fat cells actually, you're born with a certain number of them. You don't get more as you get older, but they can expand 1,000 times their original size, and they can even split in some people. Now, you cannot eliminate fat cells. If anyone ever told you that, then they misled you. You cannot eliminate them. But what you can do is you can make a fat cell healthy. You can actually pull the toxins out of the fat cell. And if you were to Google or look fat cell up, basically it will say toxins. That's all a fat cell is toxins expanded from the air you're breathing in, the food you're putting in your body, all those bad things, processed things that over time basically make the fat cell not healthy. And basically what our product is doing is in the first 45 minutes is the beginning. It's going to work for 3 days. The process works for 3 days. So you want to remember to tell people that if they're going to wrap their tummy, they wouldn't want to wrap it again for at least 72 hours because they'd be wasting the other wrap because the first one is still working. So a lot of people also want to know, can you wrap more than one area? Yes, you can wrap more than one area. I would not go over 2, maybe 3 areas. It is a detoxification process, and when we detox our bodies, it can cause some side effects. It's actually not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It means that we're getting those toxins out. So if you ever wrap anybody and they do have maybe extra bowel movements, if they feel a little nauseous, sweaty, all of those things are detoxing effects, and it does not mean that they're having a reaction to the wrap. It's actually called a healing crisis, and it's very, very normal for very toxic people to have those symptoms. So in fact, it really means they need to wrap again. They need to keep wrapping. And usually those side effects only happen for some people, and the people that it does happen to, it only happens their first wrap. Now, as it stirs up those toxins, we're going to eliminate those by drinking plenty of water because those toxins come out through our urine, they come out through breathing in and out, they come out through exercising, they come out through our bowel movements, they also come out through all the ways that we eliminate toxins, any way that you can think of that would be sweating through the pores, all those ways we eliminate. So those are the ways that you're going to be releasing those toxins, but the biggest way is through plenty of water consumption over that 72-hour period. And remember, just as a little note, half your body weight in ounces of water is what we should be drinking a day on a normal basis. So they really want to make sure they're getting that water. And it doesn't interact with any medications. That's one of the biggest things people ask. Anyone in the world can wrap as long as they're not allergic to a plant-based botanical. And in the year and a half I've been doing this, I've only run into one person. She was allergic to eucalyptus, and she was still able to wrap, actually. We actually put it, if anybody's maybe weary, take a little bit of the defining gel, because that's the same ingredients as the wrap, just less potent, or take some of the wrap, put it on their wrist, and see if they react to it if they're really nervous about sensitive skin. But I will tell you that in the year and a half I've been doing this, I've had people tell me I have the most sensitive skin and I've never had an issue. Now, it can also make the area that they wrap, tummy, arms, it can make it really red. That's okay. It might look even like a sunburn, but that usually goes away really within a half hour to an hour after the wrap is off. It's not painful, but it's really drawing the blood to the surface, and the wrap improves the microcirculation of the area that we wrap. That's why we see the tightening, toning, and firming. That's also why we see those stretch marks improvement, the color of the skin tone, and it looks more soft and supple. Those are the reasons why. So basically, anybody can wrap. Side effect is inch loss. Who doesn't love that? And that's our ultimate body applicator. We also have a chin and neck wrap. Now, I always, personally, you can cut our wrap, our regular body wrap, into 6 chin and neck wraps, and there is a video on that if you guys go to YouTube and Google it. It really, really is a more cost-effective. I don't sell a lot of chin and neck wraps, but some people do like that they're already pre-cut. But you can get, save a little bit of money and actually have them cut them in half and get 8 body wraps for only $10 more than the price of 4 chin wraps. So same ingredients as the wrap from here down. And remember, you do not want to put that wrap on your face. Our facial that we have is a completely different ingredients. It's made for the face. It's just like anything else in life. You wouldn't put the same thing on your face as you would put on your body as far as soaps go. We use something completely different. So, and moisturizes. We don't use the lotion on our body, on our face. So remember, the facial is completely different. And since we're talking about the facial, we'll just go into that really quick. The facial is, again, all natural. You're going to see tightening, toning, lifting of the eyebrows, lines around here, lines here. I love our facial. I always tell people you're going to look 2 to 5 years younger with that facial. Just one facial makes your skin feel so amazing. I've seen it get rid of acne. I've seen it help people with rosacea, just a number of things. So that facial is just awesome. In fact, Demi Moore's been tweeting all over about it. And you actually can find a picture of her in our facial, her before and after. So you might want to use that tool. Defining gel is the same exact ingredients, like I said before, as the wrap. Defining gel diminishes cellulite too, tightens, tones, and firm skin. In fact, you can lose inches just with that defining gel. And basically, I always tell people that if they're going to get wraps, they need the defining gel. Defining gel and wraps are kind of like peanut butter and jelly. They go together. The difference is huge for people that just buy wraps, and then the people that buy wraps and use defining gel twice a day, every day, in between wraps. It's going to get them to where they want to be faster. And you're going to find that there's many other uses for that defining gel. It takes the red out. I put it on my kids' mosquito bites and they instantly went down. It helps with burns. When you get your eyebrows waxed or your lip waxed, it takes the red right out. I call it liquid gold, because it's used for everything. It's just amazing stuff. Dry skin. You will notice from wrapping people, if you normally have dry skin, you're going to see that you don't have dry skin anymore. It's just amazing what it can do for psoriasis, things like that. Now remember, when I'm talking about these products, the company does not claim that we can cure anything at all. I'm just simply telling you what I have known things to help with. Vital and greens. I want to talk about those two together because those two are what I recommend to every new loyal customer their first month. And I always tell them, we're not even going to start you off with the wrap. We're just going to start you on Vital and Greens. And the reason why we're going to do this is because, for a lot of reasons. One is that greens alkaline the body. They get rid of toxins also. So it would kind of make more sense to me to put people on Vitals and Greens because, number one, they're going to get all the nutrients they need. And if they get all the nutrients they need from the Vital and the Greens, for 1 month, use those, and then incorporate the wraps their second month, I'm having people see way more inch loss and better results with the wrap because the Vitals and Greens have worked so well on their body. And most people that I put Vitals and Greens on actually end up losing more more inches because of it too, and they're losing weight their first month just simply by vitals and greens. When your body gets all the nutrients it needs, it stops the bad cravings you have and those late night snacks and those times that um, feel like you need something and your body is just craving. It's lacking a nutrient. You're going to get those all from vitals and greens. Now, Vital in particular is just the best multivitamin that I have seen since I have been in this business. I have researched multivitamins. I have people bring their multivitamins. I've seen $110 multivitamins, multivitamins prescribed, prenatal ones, stuff by their doctor. And I have not yet to find one that has as much stuff in it as our Vital. Our Vital has so many good foods in it for you, everything your body will need. Men need to take 4 Vital a day, women 3 Vital. And if you've never been on a multivitamin before, you want to recommend that customer purchase 2 bottles and super feed their body. Their body really needs to get those nutrients quickly. So I always tell women to start with 4 or 5 and men 6 a day for the first week, and then go down to the recommended dosage so they can super feed their body everything it needs. The one thing you'll notice about our multivitamin and with all of our supplements is they're bioactive and bioavailable. What that means is that they work together in our bodies, and it also means that our body absorbs it. It's very absorbing. The other thing is that with Vital and with all of our supplements, your body is only going to absorb what it needs, and it's going to eliminate the rest. So that's what I love about it. So if you're really stocked up on vitamin D there, when you take that multivitamin, if your body doesn't need the vitamin D, it's going to expel it. Now, the other impressive thing about our vitamin, and this is something you might want to do at parties, I always ask all the guests if they're on, and tell the hostess, tell your guests if they're on a multivitamin to bring it with them. Now, the reason why I do this is because I want to take their multivitamin and I want to dissolve it at the party. What I do is I take a glass and I set them out. So I'll mark them, the different types of vitamin. I'll write the name of the vitamin on and the time we put it in the glass. And right when we start the party, people are watching those, and I put ours in. And what I do is I take half water and half white vinegar. That's about the equivalent to the acidity in our body and how we would break down a vitamin. And what I simply do is I drop their vitamins all in a glass and mine in a glass too. Now, you'll see that it works vitamin, and I've been doing this business for 1.5 years, and I have yet to see one dissolve faster. It also doesn't have a bunch of fillers in, so when you see it dissolve and you look in the bottom, it's not filled with a bunch of bark and sand. That's what a lot of multivitamins use as fillers. Ours have like 3% filler. It's just enough to hold the vitamin together. So you really prove to the people at the party that when their vitamin is still whole an hour later, that it's an easy choice. Ours is less expensive. In fact, just a little FYI for you guys, there's a very famous vitamin company all over the world. Starts with a G, ends with a C. That's all I'm saying. I have not yet dissolved one vitamin from there that has dissolved. It's absolutely crazy. People are throwing their money literally in the toilet, because if your multivitamin does not dissolve within a half hour at the most, it is going right in the colon and coming back whole. In fact, you guys can Google and look up. There was an article in one of the national papers that they talked about how they cleaned out the sewer systems in New York City, and they actually found over a million multivitamins. And the Centrum's in one-a-days, you could still read Centrum in one-a-day on the vitamin. So, these people are really wasting their money, and showing them what our multivitamin can do. It's very easy. It's more affordable. It's delivered right to their house. It's convenient. So it can be a really easy sale at your parties. Now, greens. Greens is my #1 seller. Personally, my favorite product. Greens alkaline your body. Greens detoxify your body. Greens is giving you what's equivalent to 6 to 8. 2 scoops is equivalent to 6 to 8 fruits and vegetables. And you will see, if you look at the back of that jar, all the deep green foods that we really need. Now, a good way to put this at your parties, and one I like to do, in fact, we're going to continue this on part 2 because this video is about to run out, but I'm going to finish telling you about greens in just a minute.